Today, you're going to discover how to get more customers and more sales by doing one simple thing. That one simple thing can eventually double your sales. That one thing is fire all the media you are using. You're about to find out why.
All right, that was a pretty big claim that you could possibly double your sales by doing that one thing, and that's firing all your media. Now, what I mean by that is many of you, like me, are testing different medias. It could be traffic, online traffic. It could be radio, TV, cable, coupons. You, in most cases, most businesses don't know the results. They don't track. They don't really know if that media is working or not. You could be in some short-term contracts. You could be in some long-term contracts. Now, obviously, you can't get out of those. But what I'm saying is, from this point forward, I want you to act like all your media is gone. They're dead to you until they can prove that they are giving you a return on your investment. All right, so pretty simple. Just because you've built up relationships with some of your reps, you like your reps, you may even hang out with your reps, it doesn't matter anymore. They are selling you a product, and you must know what your return on your investment is. Are you making money? You could be losing money. There could be medias where you're breaking even. There could be medias where you're making 10 times your amount of money. The whole philosophy is you fire everyone, and then you are going to start tracking to know exactly what each of those medias is, how they're helping your business. So basically, if you can't track an advertising media, then in most cases you need to stop using it. And then even after you find one that is a winner, I want you to continue to track. And I'm going to show you an example of my own business. This is one of the Yellow Page companies. I don't buy Yellow Pages because of their actual physical books. No one uses those anymore. You need to stop placing big ads. Those don't even matter. You need to pay attention to the traffic that they send you from their online properties. So, however they're getting traffic to your site, to your website, or possibly even phone calls, I want you to start tracking. But here's where tracking is important, even if you have an ongoing product that's working. Look at these numbers right here on March of 2014. I noticed that the traffic dropped dramatically. So that's impressions to clicks. So the impressions were nothing special, but I was still getting, decent clicks, and they were paying off. So it was worth me to use this. And it doesn't matter if this ad is costing me $20 a month or $1,000 a month. If you can place your advertising budgets into something that can do double, triple, quadruple the amount of sales, or your quadruple the amount of your return on investment, then you need to shift your money to those big winners. You need to let your winners run. So here's a case where it dropped pretty dramatic. The September 2013 isn't anything special, only 4 clicks. But if you go from March 14th on, 3 clicks, 0 clicks. So no matter what, it's worthless to me. 3, 1, 2, 2. Now, in some businesses, possibly those clicks are still turning into customers, and it still might be worth it. That's why you need to test everything. And I'm going to show you some examples here. Here is a TV ad for Vistaprint. It's an online print company, and they have a code TV500. So they'll know if they're doing this correctly. And for whatever reason, I see this TV500 on all different channels. So I would recommend to them that they have TV 500 for like TBS and TV 500 400 for USA channel. So they should be changing their promo code for each each station. Here's in case this is one they actually did. They have Save Big. So they have a different promo code for their annual sale. Here's another example of some company. Again, I have no clue on what this company it was, but I saw them using a promo code. Use promo code TV105. So that could be used for the different stations. It could be used for the different time periods of the day. Possibly they're running this TV 105 late night after midnight, so from midnight to 6 in the morning. Then they have a different code, earlier or later than that midnight to 6 in the morning. So you definitely, they are hopefully changing this code up depending on stations and time periods. Here's an example of my own business coupons. These are the easiest to put a code on. You notice our code down here. So then what we'll do is we know basically how many coupons come in. That means the customer acquisition. So we know our total sales for that. If it's $1,000 and we get 10 customers, our cost per acquisition is $100 a person. Now, depending on your business model, that might be horrible. If your lifetime value is $50 and you're paying $100 to capture a customer, then you're losing big money. But in my case, if your lifetime value is a little over $1,000, then I'll pay $100 per customer acquisition all day long. And if a media can give me that, I will ramp that up and use them every time I can. But again, I'll continue to track. Here's an example of tracking on phones. Now, this doesn't, I mean, you can track multiple ways on phones. When people call, you can ask them, oh, how did you hear about us? So that is a way for you to track advertising. But you also need to track employee, their results. Track employee results. So we're able to zoom into each employee. In this case, it's Shannon, and we know the number of calls she's getting in every single day and every single week, and we know the percent of her bookings. So how does that stack up? 68% one week, 71 the next, 77 the next, 100 the next week. Is that good or bad? If everyone else is in the 30% range, then you know Shannon's kicking butt. If everyone else is in the 90%, then we need to work with Shannon to get her numbers up. You need to track everything in your business, not just on advertising, but the people on the phones, front counter, how many people are upselling. There's a ton of things you can track. All right, here's a yellow page example of how to track. If you notice these three yellow page ads, again, this is this is how I track the physical book. So I do sometimes place little ads and I look to see if that's working in physical books. Now those also can be used online or different, the ads might look different online, but you can use the same tracking numbers. So in this case, this is one book and different sections. So I'll know if you notice these phone numbers, you can buy these phone numbers for like $1 a month is all. So your investment to track over the course of a year for a certain section of a phone book is only $12. So each one of those phone numbers, I'll know how many calls that I received. So ideally what you're going to do is track if you still think a physical phone book works for you. Maybe your clientele tends to be a little older. They do tend to still use those. Put a different phone number in each one and you'll know. And you might be shocked. You're paying $500 for a big ass ad in a certain section and you're getting one phone call every single month. Use those trackings. Here's another example of an email where you can track email codes. So here's a special, it says with the arrow, it says, here's a special code to use when you call to book your initial appointment. MAD 532. We were able to then know depending on which email we sent out or which list we sent out, we could track who was calling from each list. So we could have list A driving people into landing page A. Those people that opted in would go into, just to make this simple, they would go into email list A, and we would send this MAD 532 code out to that list A. So we would know the ad all the way in through the conversion of people that booked by using code MAD 532. All right, here's a quick look at how I track my ROI. Here is a listing from a previous year, 2014. If you look over here, there's three numbers. Those are coupons. Coupon books. One's kind of a direct mailer that has coupons. Dollars and cents, Advantage, and M-Spark. The difference is my cost per acquisition is $100 and say rounded up to $117 for the dollars and cents. For the Advantage magazine, it's $132, And then for MSpark, it's basically double, $262. Now, granted, possibly $262 is worth it, but depending on what your lifetime value is, it might be worth it, it might not be. But I know with certainty that the other two coupon books have a double return on MSpark. So I'm going to want to, depending again on my return on investment, I'm going to want to push more dollars toward dollars and cents. I could expand the number of books if they have different mailing addresses, different books, maybe more often throughout the year. And I want to actually track throughout the year. I might have a great return early in the year and a horrible return during the summer and the fall. So I want to eliminate then those summers and falls and push more advertising to earlier in the year. So look at your lifetime value. Know your customer acquisition to know if it's worth it or not. You want to track every ad because they will change over time. You want to look at it not only on a year snapshot, but break it down for each time you use the media so you know what your return on investment is. So again, basically fire all your media until they prove that they work. And then I want you to scale your winners. That means the ones that are kicking butt, push more money into those and scale up and make even more money. By getting rid of those loser ads, I am thinking you can free up 50% of your advertising budget. By doing that alone, you're saving 50% of your money, but I'm going to say push that money into your winners. Your winners, if all of a sudden you're doubling the money that you're putting toward your winners, that alone could double your sales. All right. If you want more ways to get more customers and more sales, just head on over to customerhacks.com. This is Jeff Dedrick, and thanks for watching.